Da 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 da. What's my good cheer? Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes to get those notifications out. Let people know I've gone live. In the meantime, if you've never met me before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And this show, What's My Good Cheer, for the past 26 weeks, has been a platform that I have been using to delve into powerful words. My bright idea. I thought I was going to put a deck together of 54 words. It just seemed so easy. And I says, oh, we're going to delve into these words, right? For an entire week. We're going to pick a word. We're going to delve into them. We're going to do this for 54 weeks. Oh my goodness. I'm on word number 26, and that word that we got this week is freedom. And, and I say it with that kind of gumption because, it's always looking for and at and forward to that end game, to that opening up of everything, right? That freedom to have all the answers right there, have all your questions asked, have everything you want, everything you need, right? And when I say need, lots of times we don't know ourselves what we need from one moment to the next. Seriously. And it is the truth. And that's why we have to read out every single experience, conversation, interaction, to actually be open to it and not scurry away out of it, out of frustration, out of busyness, because we're always off to do the next thing. In that, right, that sometimes that nervousness, right? Sometimes I'm one of those people. I don't like to be around people I've never met before. It is strange. Once I've met you once and I get a feel for you, we could be best buddies or worst enemies. We right that quickly. But it's that initial step forward. It's like when you first go in for a job interview and you have to open up that door and you have no idea who's sitting at a desk behind that door, who's going to look up at you, who in their 30 seconds of judging whether or not you're going to get that position or if you even have a shot. Because lots of jobs these days, there are different stages to that hiring on, isn't it? And, stepping in that door and having somebody judge you, that feeling, to be able to be free of, right, those side eyes and those rolling up into the head eyes, those, right, following instruction when in your own mind or in your own experience, could be more efficiently, whether it's, in a physical way or if it's in a cost effective way, whether it's a time consuming way, or whether it's in our own emotional, mental well-being, right? Sometimes we just don't want to put that extra effort into things, right? There's always something, again, like I said, better to do, more important to do, right? More interesting to do. But that's the idea, is to be caught up into those waves so that those opportunities that come knocking at our door actually come knocking at our door, because we're out there ready to receive. We're out there having those conversations, those interactions. And, I truly believe if you really wanted to make a connection with somebody, you truly could. And, I've made some of my greatest
I'm going to call them romances because not all of them were love romances, but the relationship, that romance of the relationship was always nurtured by both parties, right? And I understand we all want to be our own bosses. We all want to be our own kings and our own queens, but it truly does take a village. It does take those moments of realizing, right? Even I do. But in that hypervigilance and in that cautiousness, I'm not willing to go quickly through the lessons in order to achieve a goal, to make a dollar, right? I am not a sucker for pain, but I am not a stranger to the pain either, right? And I think with the studies, with the experiences, with the conversations, with the relationships that have come into my life and the relationships that have moved on from my life, that I've been able to tally up a little bit of a extra workforce, right? And that's what it is. It's just parts of me now, right? These are pieces of others that I've admired. These are pieces of others that had the answers that I was always looking for, or some of them, right? Some of them had some of those beautiful traits that I would have loved for myself. And through association, conversation, interaction, and adventure, right? I'm grateful to be privy to have rubbed shoulders and to have received experiences in that have allowed me to get to this point. So when we pull ourselves back, and today's the last day we're working on this word freedom, unless we happen to stumble onto it again, at which point we may just tumble into it for the day, we may tumble into it for another week. But I just wanted to say, that freedom to make that choice for myself, that freedom for you to make that choice for yourself. And we all make good choices, we all make bad choices. But when we have experiences, opportunities, and people come into our lives, sometimes it's in those experiences that it draws us to where we need to be, right? And if for nothing else, to have a different perspective, right? A different path to move on, because you traveled down that path. And if you hadn't traveled down that path, that side branch that was just up here, you were going this way, but this caught your curiosity, right? And we traveled, and sometimes in that traveling we find and discover new and exciting places and adventures, questions, right? Those questions are important. We all got to have those questions to chase after, right? And not the questions to chase after, but the answers for those questions. It is a process. It's a process for each one of us, right? And sometimes, we get caught up in the idea that, you know, I've said it myself, that answer could be right around the corner. That miracle could be right around that corner. That new lesson that never even came to your mind, never entered into the conversation. You never met anybody who thought that way. And yet, here you're sitting and you're resonating 100%, right? And maybe not 100% on everything, but that one question that has been gnawing at you for so long, possibly your whole life, possibly for lifetimes after lifetimes. So I move forward, right? I'm using my Be Kind cup today because I I woke up a little melancholy, and sometimes I'm feeling it from up there, but sometimes I'm feeling it also from in there. And I had to reflect on that to say where it's coming from. And it's in that genuineness, it's in that not having all the answers and having to move forward without those answers, right? Moving forward and have the possibility of falling flat on my face or getting up to my neck in the doo doo, right? It's not going to be fun, but sometimes and most often it is necessary, right? And I'm going to play it by ear. It's the way I've done it my entire life. It's what's got me here to this point. And when I'm feeling better, right? When I'm feeling better, because this is not how I felt when I got up this morning, right? There was a little bit of that discouragement. There was a little bit of that self talk, right? That, you could have done it better. You could have paid more attention. You dropped the ball, right? And then look at it and go, oh my goodness, right? You did not drop the ball. That is a drop in a bucket that is the size of this world. And if you're going to worry about that, well, maybe you need another lesson. Maybe you need to go back on repeat. And maybe that is. I'm not rushing through any of this, but I suspect that I'm going to get where I need to be eventually, that the people will come across my path, that I will get to walk with some of them. And I have walked with some of them, some amazing characters, some characters that rubbed me beautifully and rubbed me not so beautifully. But in the end, right, we helped each other along, right? That we made a little bit of movement for ourselves by, right, being that comrade to someone else, right? To being that shoulder to cry on. It's no skin off our back. Really, it is no skin off our back just to be kind. And, right, you have to sometimes recognize that that kindness is something that you need just as much as you need to give, right? So yeah, that freedom is the pursuit. The freedom is the dream. The freedom is the calmness. And well, it is. It's the calmness enough that you can take a look around and appreciate the views and appreciate the moments. Okay, you guys, I gotta jump a bus. Yeah, we're into the weekend now. There's going to be some experiences, I'm sure, good and better. And we're going to fly through it. And the next thing you know, right, we'll be right back here picking word number 27. Halfway there. I know it's going to be a week. I'm anticipating, and what you think about is realized. Everybody, have a great day, and you're welcome to come visit us on Sunday night. Chatters Live, an amazing live show, pretty casual. It's not heavy. Come in, right? Unload some of that. And we'll be right back to it on Monday if not. Everybody, have a great weekend.